Hello everyone, it's Lord Swine coming at you with another guide, only this time we'll be looking specifically at the demon himself, Seox, or Six, or however you say his name, and this will serve as the first of many guides where I look at certain characters and I'll just try and exploit some of their weaknesses. So this character is very strong, and I have seen that he has ruffled a lot of people's feathers, so I thought who better to start with than him. Just a quick side note, because I feel that this character excels in the use of his special moves, it's imperative that you keep an eye on his cooldowns. You should do this for any character in the game, but since he relies so heavily on special moves to get in, knowing what his options are, what he has at his disposal at the time, can really assist you in your decision making. So with that being said, let's get into this. So let's just jump straight into the first thing we'll look at, which is his unique attack. This move's really amazing because if you didn't know, Six will send out a clone of himself, and it has two versions. The first being a full screen projectile, which goes full screen. It's pretty fast, and it can stuff out a lot of your full screen play. So as you can see, like if you can see Gran's about to start a fireball, you can send it out, and there's little to no risk for doing this. And a second version where he travels across the screen, and if you block this, it leaves him at +2, which means it's still his turn to continue his pressure. And if he hits you, he gets a full combo. So there isn't really much risk for him for doing it at all, especially at full screen. But there's a really handy way to deal with this. So by waiting patiently, you can reliably tag the clone, and if he's hiding within the clone, you can hit him in the process. If you're looking for it, then it's easy to tag. One thing to note is he has no way of stopping this attack once he's committed to it. It's either he's coming at you or he's not. In this situation, you shouldn't really be looking to punish, only really to prevent him from continuing from doing it. This way you're showing the Six player he won't be getting it only for free. Okay, so when Six is sending out this clone, he can begin charging his full screen dive move. This move varies in advantage, but it's either even or +4 at best, so make sure to be aware of this. It's a full screen tracking move, this is his best one. All four of these moves have projectile invincibility after startup, so you have to deal with it with a strike. A DP is a great way to stuff them out, except for the enhanced version, as it has a unique property where the Sixth player can hold the button down, causing them to fake the move. And if you DP, they can then run in and punish it. So I think in general, a better option is to try hit it with your anti-air. And if they do try bait it, they'll have a hard time punishing you anyway. So you can get a pretty nice return from calling them out for this. So I think your main goal for like baiting this move out is to kind of just hold this sort of area if they're doing a lot of like unique or the dive and stuff. As from this point of the screen, it's very easy to kind of see it coming, and obviously if he tries to bait it, then you know you can also see that. The Sixth player wants to get close to you, so you should really prioritize making it as hard as possible for them to even get close to you. So if he can't use his neutral skip moves, then he's gonna have a much harder time, and he's gonna have to move across grounded. Now for the ultimate version, you're gonna need to get into training mode and practice the timing for this. But when the ultimate attack comes out, it gives this like slowdown effect. And if he hits you with this, he gets a full combo, so it's really important to know what to do. But because of the slowdown, this will be your cue to DP. This move is too fast for you to consistently react with strikes, so you need to either DP or block. He can't bait you with this one, so it's a full commitment by then. But if you block it, he'll be -4, so he'll still be safe. Okay, so his projectile is interesting. He can do it in the air as well as the ground. These moves are really good to catch out the opponent who's trying to go for a throw. So his light version's -4. It leaves you just outside of strike range, but it's not his turn. The medium version is his claw drop, but it leaves you like right in his face, so he can go for a throw. He's -1, so it's definitely in his favour. He can also parry, so it's something to be aware of. The enhanced version similar to the light version, but it leaves you like right in his face, and he's +3. So this is like, you know, his like main pressure reset. Also, he can get like a really nice combo off this. So this is one you don't. This is the one you don't want to be hit by. Then you got the ultimate version. This leaves him +2, and it leaves him just outside of throw range. So the main thing these are really used for are like pressure resets, specifically this one and this one. Different, like, it leaves you different trajectories. They are really great pressure resets. However, if they're getting too predictable, you can take advantage of this. So you can roll and evade every single one of these. The timing's pretty fair also. You aren't guaranteed a punish, however, but it does get you out of the pressure, and you can of course DP, super, or brave counter. They are all still viable options. Now his air version is all great for different reasons. The light will act as like a stall move in the air. The medium version will drop him straight down. By far the best one is his enhanced version. You will have to go into the lab with your character to find the best way to deal with this. One thing you can do is hover back and wait, and if he follows behind it, try and hit him with a quick poke. Brand's enhanced fireball will eat straight through it, for example. Just to give two examples, this is a solid way of him locking you down, so having an answer to it is very important. I would also not recommend invading or spot dodging. He'll be running at you and will likely get a full combo. So you should be focusing on dealing with it rather than trying to punish him for doing it. Ultimate version is a great way to stall, then beat anti-airs. It's very fast, so a DP is your best option. And if it lands, he gets a full combo, so it's really annoying. If he has meter, be aware he can do this. So there are 4 counters he can utilize, and 3 of them have variations. The light version can parry and counterattack, or 6 can go behind you, which will leave him -7. But he can go straight into the enhanced counter afterwards, so it's best to try and throw him if he takes this option. The medium version is as slow as the light, but the variation will send 6 into the air, so be ready to anti-air. He can act out of his fireball, however this can still be punished. His enhanced version is the one you will see the most. The held version switches sides and it leaves him -14, so you'll be able to punish him. It's also a frame 1 counter, so that means it's also really good at beating safe jumps. So your best option in this situation is to simply land and throw. You can also use it whenever you may try to take a turn back, so the most ideal way to beat it is to go for a throw or wait and punish accordingly. You also have to guess if he's going to do it. This is why I stress it's so important to make sure you keep an eye on his cooldowns for obvious reasons. If he has no counter, it won't be a threat to you, so you can challenge him without worrying, but when he does, you need to deal with the mind game. The saving grace is that he doesn't get a combo from this unless you don't block his cross up or know he is punishable. The ultimate version is unremarkable in the sense that he can't change what he's doing, however it does a nice chunk of damage and scores 6 a hard knockdown. I can only imagine you will see this if he has no enhanced version, so keep an eye out for his meter, and if he's looking to close out the round he could use it. Basically, if you think he'll counter, prioritize throwing, but if you think he won't, then focus on striking. It's a pain, but it's just part of the mind game that comes with it. So the cream of the crop is his Rekka, so you've completely fucked up and lost neutral and have to deal with the mother of all mental stacks. This move has a lot to it, so let's get started. Okay, so the light version, it comes out in about 13 frames and it's negative 14, but that doesn't really matter because he has 8 potential follow-ups from this point. He can use forward light, which is a true block string, leaves him completely safe at -4. So he can either use this as a pressure reset, go for a grab, in this situation I really just think it's best to brave counter, get him straight off you, don't muck about. So from the auto combo he can also use the medium version, which will frame trap. He can follow up with forward medium, which is a frame trap, but it doesn't give him much damage. He can press back light, which is another true Brox thing, but it leaves him at -8, so he is punishable. He can also do back medium, but there's a significant gap in the middle of that, so you can punish it with a far light. I know, if he does it in the corner and you press a really slow heavy button, he can get you a full counter hit and get a combo on you. So it's important to jab out of lights in this pressure sequence. He can use up light and up medium. These moves are both plus and they allow him to continue the pressure. However, there is a significant gap between these, so you can mash through. Okay, and finally he can shadow dash back or forward. Now, I have suggested you use light attack a lot, mainly for the low recovery associated with it, and it applies here also. So you can hit light, and if he backsteps, you won't get punished, but if he crosses you up, you'll catch him with the light. Another really good thing you should be doing against Seox is holding the guard button rather than back to block. This is just in case he crosses you up and you don't need to react, you will just block. Note, he can counter after the cross up, so bear that in mind. So after his forward light follow up, he has 9 possible outcomes. He can go back light or medium, up light or medium, dash back or dash forward, grab, counter or reset the pressure. This is a lot, so like I said before, just brave counter. Don't even try guess, it's completely in his favour. So the scariest one is the EX counter. It literally does everything the others do. He can only obviously use it once after, so it essentially will end the pressure, but if he hits you with it, he's getting a full combo. The damage, and it puts you in a good Oki situation, so it's quite good for Seox to hit you with this. So in this situation, again, I would literally just brave counter, because he can literally bait out DPs, catch your mash in, even jump outs he can catch you, like with his up skill. Out the Rekka, he can catch you if you try jump out. I also think it's worth mentioning, you can evade and cross over a lot of this pressure, but if he calls you out for doing it, you're going to get blown up. But just remember, you can evade as well, it is an option. So you can cross over just like that, get straight out the pressure, and it's the same thing with the overhead move. Pretty much everything that's got a gap in. If you think he's going to commit, you can get out of the pressure with evade and crossover. But just remember, like I say, if he baits you out for it, then you're going to be basically getting blown up. So if in doubt, brave counter. But remember, you have got the option to evade and crossover as well. Like they are there. So use your defensive mechanics and mash light as well when you feel they're necessary. So the ultimate version's really unremarkable. It's -4, so he's safe. But even if he hits you, it just puts you in the down state. So he can get a safe jump on you, but that's about it. It's mostly a combo ender. So his supers aren't too bad to punish, unlike some other characters in the game. They're fairly decent and easy to punish. So this one here literally just like leaves you straight in the face. You can just get a good like medium starter on him. You can probably even get a heavy starter, to be fair. And it's the same for this one. Like you'll have to dash up with this one sometimes, but you can still get a full punish. And finally, just to go on about his install super, I haven't seen many 6 players use this, to be fair, but it doesn't last very long. Yeah, see, like the timer goes down relatively fast. But this move essentially just makes everything he does like incredibly safe. Well, safer, because this character's safe on pretty much everything. And if not plus, so for example, a stand in light, which is usually +4, becomes like +10. Or his like close medium becomes +6, and even like this one becomes +3. So his dive kick, for example, which usually when you do it on top of someone's head, he isn't safe. But with this, it's like completely fast, like +5. If spaced out, it's even more like advantageous and stuff like that. So yeah, and it literally makes everything like ridiculously plus. Like this is now like +6 rather than like +4. So yeah, this move, his install and stuff, it doesn't last very long. So I guess my advice in this situation, if it were to happen to you, is literally just wait it out, because it literally lasts about 4 seconds. But like I said, I haven't seen many 6s use this, but you know, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But honestly, like yeah, it doesn't last very long. So just wait it out. That would be my advice on this move specifically. So that just about covers the matchup guide. I hope it really helps you dealing with this character. He is really strong, probably #1, but not unbeatable. I'll make more matchup guides like this in the future, but if there's a character you want me to tackle, please let me know. Also, this video took a bit of time for me to put together, so if you feel like supporting the channel, a like and subscription would be appreciated. Thanks, Swine.